I decided to join the 1% Club a few months ago. I'd been through quite a difficult period with family issues and problems which were affecting the business that my husband and I run. And basically I needed some help and support. I stalked the Ambitious Lifestyle business page for a little while and kind of just liked what I heard. Everything that I was kind of reading was an amalgamation of a lot of different business books that I'd read and a lot of podcasts that I'd listened to, a lot of people that I was sort of finding online, and it seemed as if those bits had been cherry-picked and put together in one area. After asking a few questions and getting a few answers, I made the decision to join the 1% Club because I thought I needed that actual focused input into what I was doing and into our business. My husband and I run a pub and an associated microbrewery, and we know that we can make a really good business out of it. We just need to get a few things ironed out first. So yeah, 1% Club is a support network. It's somewhere to go and vent, and when you're running a family business or you're running the type of small business that you know could be a good success, and that could be a good business, but you don't have the support network around you. It's not something I can talk to friends and family, or at least I can, but not get, you know, sort of like targeted business advice. So it's a good place to go, a good place to hang out, and there's a lot of information in there. But as I say, it's information that's not necessarily anything brand spanking new, and I don't mean that as a criticism, but it's definitely something where the best bits have been kind of cherry picked and allow you to focus on what you need to drive your business forward. The best thing about the 1% Club for me is there's probably a few things actually. It's not just one thing. One, I'm with a group of people who are trying to build their businesses. We've all got similar issues, which is really good if you need a bit of advice. It's structured, it's targeted. The coaching calls are really helpful if you've got specific problems. The masterclasses are great to kind of drill in on sort of certain areas, but the accountability thing for me is probably one of the best things. The fact that I've got somebody there that I can post up on a private Facebook group and say, right, I've got to do this month, and there's a group of people that are there going like, well, have you done it? You know, have you achieved it? And if you have, fantastic, and there's massive group support, and if you haven't, then there's a good basis for people to sort of turn around and say, you know, yeah, okay, you didn't reach it, but is there a reason why, and what can you do to change it? John and Jason are really good at kind of sort of doing the whole, right, why didn't you get to it? And it just makes you think. I think if I was stuck in a room on my own doing it, I'd just go round and round and round in circles, because I'm the world's greatest procrastinator. So having that there is really good. As far as specific help's concerned, it's difficult really to say. There's definitely a positive change in the way I view my business. I do feel that I've moved it up a step, that I've become a bit more professional and a bit more focused. I'm sort of checking my numbers quite regularly. And yeah, putting that plan into place, and as I say, by putting that accountability on each month, at the beginning of the month, saying, right, this is what I'm going to do next month, it just gives me that little bit of focus. So for example, this month I put up at the beginning what my sales targets were, and by the end of the month I'd beaten them, which is absolutely fantastic. But I think without that little bit of right, I've got to show them that I can do it. I possibly would have just sort of mooched along again. I've had massive support from individual members as well, sort of off grid, as it were. There are people in the group who've, as I say, been through the issues that we've been through, or have similar issues, and people are really more than happy to sort of share their stories. So you get a feeling that you're not alone. You know, that there is a bit of work out there. Sorry, that didn't make any sense whatsoever, did it? There are a group of, within the group, there are people who are happy to share their stories. So you know you're not alone. It may not be exactly the same situation that you're in, but there are enough similarities for you to get advice from those people. So that in itself is invaluable. And yeah, it's definitely something that I think has helped over the last few months, and I know will help going forward as well. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. If you're thinking about signing up for the 1% Club, I would definitely recommend it. It is something that probably isn't for everybody. But if you're at that point where you think that you could do with that little bit of help, that little bit of a push, and just that feeling of solidarity, maybe you're sort of running your business on your own, or you have specific issues that you need to cover, I definitely recommend it. And I think that even though as I've been through the 1% Club, people have come and gone, you can see that it's because they've progressed in their business and moved on. But I think it's one of those ones where there's a lot of people in the group that I will definitely keep in contact with all the time. But yeah, it's definitely worth the money.